don't suppose you could see that on that video from that distance, but that was Wilson tearing around this graveyard, chasing rabbits that he has absolutely no chance of ever catching. He's off again. Anyway, good morning. It's 6 a.m. and it's Friday morning, Austrian Grand Prix practice day. It's 6 a.m. because I've got quite a busy day today, lots of stuff going on, and so one of the only slots that I have available to A, get out and do some exercise for me, and B, to take the dogs out is now. And I've got to say, 6 a.m. on a sunny day like today is a pretty special moment. If you're in the UK right now, you have got to be loving the weather we're having. It's insane. It's like being in the Caribbean over the last week. It's been absolutely beautiful. Another perfectly safe and at no point under any threat rabbit. Did you get away, Wilson? Next time, buddy. Other things that I have to do today are I'm going to meet my daughter for a coffee, Lexi, to hear all about her holiday this morning. And also before that, and the reason I'm up so early is after I've dropped Rex and Ginger to school, I'm going straight on to meet up with my son, and we're taking out the electric skateboards. And I say boards with an S on the end because I've been sent a new one. And so I've got to give it a road test. So Leo and I, Leo's a much better skateboarder than I am, we're going out this morning to give the new board its first run and start the first part of a review video. If you're in the UK right now, you have got to be loving this weather. It's been absolutely stunning over the last week or so. It's been like being in the Caribbean. It's just been absolutely beautiful. One thing I forgot to mention in my Austrian GP preview video from a couple of days ago was the weather. You know, the Austrian racetrack is up in the mountains, and a little bit like Spa, that means the weather can change with no notice. So that is definitely a big factor that can play into this weekend's Grand Prix and change everything, you know, in a second. So keep an eye on that one. Just for old time's sake, supporting the boys today as it's practice day at Austrian Grand Prix. Much as I hated getting out of bed at 5:45 this morning, I have to say, best way to start the day. Something else that is on my agenda, probably not for today, but something I must crack on with and get finished, is this. Up there, that you can see nestled high up in that tree, a bit too high for Mrs. P's liking, is the beginnings of a tree house. It's going to be an epic tree house, but I started it last summer and that is the state that it's in now. I'm determined to get it finished for the kids and for me for this summer. So that's high on my list of priorities over the next week or so. Get up there and put some finishing touches to that. It's going to be awesome though. Can't wait. I built it big enough that the whole family can sleep in it when it's done, and that is absolutely my intention. So I've just been out, had an awesome morning. I was just about to do a little piece to camera saying what an awesome day today has been. Started so positively, had a great time out on the skateboards with Leo. I've just come home after being out of the house for, I don't know, a couple of hours. And look what they've done. You two are in big trouble, and I suspect it's not so much you, but definitely you. These are my favourite. Oh, so gutted. These are awesome, awesome headphones. My Bang & Olufsen 300 quid headphones that are just amazing, and they're ruined. I don't know what to say. I want to be so angry with him. I am distraught. I am beyond upset. Sake. So angry. So angry. So just watching the practice sessions from Austria in the office, and I talked about in my preview video of how the curbs here can be pretty brutal, and already in the practice sessions we're seeing cars being damaged by running over those exit curbs at some of the corners. Something that the guys are going to have to be very careful with over the weekend, because that obviously will end a race if you get it wrong. Quite interesting so far. This is free practice too. I haven't seen it all, but the bits I've seen look like, obviously it's a power dominated circuit, so Mercedes are top of the timesheets, but they're not entirely comfortable. They're not entirely comfortable with their tyres. The softest tyre, the ultra soft tyre, looks like they're struggling to get it warmed up, but then struggling to make it last for the entire lap. When you push so hard on some of these very fast and quite demanding corners at different points in the lap, it looks like it's almost giving up through thermal degradation before the lap is finished. And you run out of grip. So a lot of work to do for the teams to get on top of that and make sure they can make the tyre last. Hello, Pharrell. Yeah, you've got some making up to do, buddy. I can't stay angry with him for long. So things like that. Curbing as well, as I said, curbs are a real issue. Damage to a few cars. I love that though. I love the fact that you've got to stay on the black stuff and that there are consequences if you get it wrong. I think lots more circuits should do that as well. And I think that there's a good chance, because of what I said about the tyres there, that you may end up seeing the top teams qualifying on the super soft rather than the ultra soft tyre. Very early days, and I've got lots more to look at before we make any proper predictions, but that's what it might look like right now. Lots of upgrades as well on some of the cars this weekend, so I'm going to try and study some of those tonight and hopefully get back to you over the weekend with some sort of conclusion as to what they all mean, what they might bring for teams, and we'll see if they're making the right changes to those cars. So enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I've got to go now because I've got to go and pick up the little kids from school. Then we've got piano lessons, and then we've got cricket this evening. So still a busy day for me, but once all that's over, I will be getting into looking in closer detail at the data from these first two practice sessions and try and work out what it all means ahead of this weekend's race.